Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I saw this story about Tim Allen trending, and then I saw what he was trending for, and I was just like, what is going on here? And I want to go over how the modern day outrage culture, outrage over nothing, digs up nonsense based on what they're trying to say is an awkward interview with Tom Hanks on E.T. So here's how all this apparently started, okay? And I take the media's version of events as a grain of salt. Now, I watched this interview, and the girl's trying to make him have fun, and Tom Hanks wants to have fun. He's singing "You Got a Friend in Me," and Tim Allen doesn't want to do it, and then he makes a joke about his toupee or whatever kind of fake hair he's wearing, right? And then somehow that spawns into a Twitter parade where they're saying that Tom Hanks has a black card. And if you saw the SNL Black Jeopardy, it was funny, but it was also kind of ridiculous. But I think that's why they're saying he gets this card or whatever. And they dig up an interview with Tim Allen saying that he should be able to use the N-word. And anybody should, as long as it doesn't have malintent. Now, here's my view on it. I'm all about more speech. If it's absolutely horrific, then we need to talk about it. We need to confront racism. Absolutely. But I want to remind people that Rogan also thinks it should be allowed, and he's going to say that because he put it in his act. I remember in the same one where he's going to gorilla F your girlfriend or someone, I forget which one. Is it? It's not Belly of the Beast. It's a separate one. But I've seen it, and he absolutely drops it. And he says, if you say this word, people get real emotional. And then he says the word. So, again, let's read Tim's actual quote and what the outrage is over. This, by the way, back in 2013. Okay? Back in 2013, original Tampa Bay article, not out there. But we're bringing up stuff from almost 6 years ago, okay? So, let's see. Here it is. Specifically for telling the Tampa Bay Times that he should be able to use the word as much as he likes. If I have no intent, if I show no intent, if I clearly am not a racist, then how can, and he said it, be bad coming out of my mouth, asked Allen. The comic, who claimed the use of the word regularly in his stand-up, added that the phrase, the N-word, is worse to me than the actual word. Here's a general rule of thumb to follow. This is Michael Eric Dyson. Never use it if you are a white person. Now, here's the deal. I know that some racists love to use that term. At the same time, people that really loved that culture, especially in the 90s, early 2000s, even now, have, dropped the ER and used the hard A to talk about their friends. Personally, I don't come from that culture. I really don't use that terminology. I would never try to degrade somebody based upon their race, religion, or creed. I think that's moronic. You go after somebody's content of character. But here's the thing. Why all the selective enforcement? Now, I did a video on the backup channel over at News for a Change about the fact that Dr. Seuss made a lot of racist cartoons. Now, can we separate the art from the artist? And when I say that, there's the N-bomb here. We'll scroll down so you can see it. But, I mean, it's basically a bunch of rich white men at a hardware store and getting stuff like this, and then right here at a slave auction. And I don't want to get into a lot of it. I mean, there you can see his portrait of Asia. Oh, and look, here he is. He's a lovely old man. We should be celebrating, right? Well, I mean, I love Dr. Seuss novels. I think that they teach good lessons. Are we going to take all the movies? No. He's worth billions of dollars. His properties are worth billions of dollars. Gotta love the Daily Mail putting that stuff in the background. X that right out. But yeah, this article, by the way, I did that back in, I think, March. This article came out. In the beginning of May. So over a month ago. Actually, you know what? That's not. That's on my channel. If you want to go and check that out, please. Go check it out right now after this video, and it'll go in depth asking if we should be banning Dr. Seuss. I don't think we should, but right now, June 5th, less or 1 week ago today, these are the headlines in the New Yorker. How Dr. Seuss changed education in America. The playful inventor of the use ah ma tuz faced a challenge. Write a page turner that restrained itself to a few hundred real, mostly non-symbolic words. And so, there's going to be no mention in here of take home a N-bomb for your woodpile. Come on, man. And there's a lot more racist and sexist, misogynist things in here. Again, for the time, do we ever take the time into perspective, and do we take freedom of speech into perspective? I think that we should. Now, getting back to the issue of Toy Story 4, and one of the things I really loved about Toy Story 3, if you didn't see it, Ned Beatty plays this bear. And the main gang comes to this place where the bear has all these rules, and, it's supposed to be this happy, fun place. They portrayed him as some kind of a Care Bear. One of my, I saw the Care Bear movie in the theaters. Care Bears were big when I was a kid. To me, they were bigger than like Cabbage Patch Kids, which were also kind of shoved down your throat. But they made him out to be like this Care Bear, right? And I love that The Guardian had this as one of their top 10 animated characters. Lotso Huggin' Bear. Let's read it. Toy Story 3, voiced by Ned Beatty. This portly devil from the last Toy Story film claims to from the crown from so many brilliant characters in the series. An old pink stuffed teddy with a soft southern drawl, Lotso rules the Sunnyside Daycare Center, but he hides a bitter backstory of rejection that leads him to perpetrate the ultimate betrayal in all of animation. We'll get to that in a second. But really, he creates kind of a police state. The whole thing is very locked down, police state-esque, and I was like, wow. And again, he's portrayed as the good guy, the government. I actually really enjoyed this. And then, for something like this, for people to grow up with, I remember it did get scary for my niece because he tries to put them in an incinerator, and things get hairy there for a while. It's been a long, long time. I mean, how long ago was Toy Story 3? It's got to be almost 10 years ago, right? So why are they going after this movie? Why are they going after Tim Allen? A lot of people are going to say that, well, Tim Allen, he's a conservative. Well, I would say this, using that kind of language and advocating for free speech has nothing to do with being a conservative or a liberal whatsoever. I think that's really a fallacy. And I think that most people would agree with me on that. Also, on top of that, I would also say that, look, he may be a Trump supporter. I know the Last Man Standing show got picked up there, but it is a freedom of speech issue. We shouldn't be making any type of speech illegal. Like, should this video be demonetized? I mean, I've done 2 today. I did an interview with an MMA fighter, demonetized, and I just did a video about the DOJ sweep of 1,700 plus. So why is that borderline content? It's mainstream news about things that are happening that are absolutely either of entertainment and sports value, so I don't understand why that gets demonetized, but then of value to the community. Shouldn't you know that there's a sweep of 1,700 plus predators? Shouldn't we be focusing on some of the more high-profile people that have been arrested there? But no, instead, the outrage culture wants to talk to you about how, Tim Allen is a racist and Tim Allen is a bigot. And by the way, even if he was, we shouldn't be limiting speech. Even if he was a racist and a bigot, we still don't limit the speech. So I have to agree with him there. Did he have to use the words? No, but it's a 6-year-old interview that supposedly, again, was spiked off on this weird E.T. Canada interview. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and I don't want it to restrict my speech, period. Again, selective outrage. Are they coming for Joe Rogan next to use it in his act? I mean, he used it in his act over a decade ago, 100%. Is Dr. Seuss going to be taken out because of, racist cartoons where he's literally selling men of color to rich white men? I mean, that's disturbing, but I don't think that we should ban the cat in the hat. That's not the way to approach these things. The same issues with Charlottesville and past statues. We can have the debate on whether we should keep those as monuments. Perhaps we should take them down and put them in museums, but we shouldn't erase the past altogether, because once we erase the past, we are doomed to repeat the worst parts of it. Folks, if you liked this video, I am encouraging you right now to please subscribe, share my stuff on social media. We're putting out a lot of videos. This is number 3 today. I plan on putting out many, many more today. I put out 7 yesterday. I tell you to ring the bell for notifications. That's great. Maybe you'll be able to kick in on the live stream, but if you miss anything, you can just star it up here, come back, and there will be more videos, I promise you. Thank you so much for joining me and joining the Burmis Brigade. I will see all of you folks on the flip side.